Hey guys, this is Dimitri with Joe's Gaming and Electronics, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to replace your charger port on your Sony's WH-1000XM4s. So for this repair I'm going to be using this pry tool to remove some of the hardware. If you do not have this pry tool, we do sell it on our website joesge.com. The link will be in the description if you're looking to get one. And we do have this pretty cool ninja kit, handy dandy. I love it. It's got all the tools you need. We sell this on our website as well. The link will be in the description below. This is a super cool tool. I recommend buying it if you haven't already. It comes with all the bits that you need, and it has some tweezers to pluck your nose hairs. No, I'm just kidding. You want to use these to solder wires to make sure that you don't burn yourself. However, in today's video, there will be no soldering required. All we're going to be using is the Phillips PH0 bit. And what's cool about these is you literally press on the top and it pops right there, and you're able to just grab the tip that you need, install it like so, and you are good to fix your Sonys. So yeah, if you guys don't have these, super handy. They're not just used for electronics repairs. You could use them for many other things, including plucking hairs. So we're gonna go ahead and set that aside. Alrighty, so for this repair, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and flip the headphones over. The charger port, of course, is located on the right side of the headphones. So what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be replacing this charger port piece. And first step is removing the ear pad. So to do this, we're gonna go ahead and pry the ear pad open. Be careful when you do this. You don't want to pry on where the ear pads clip in, because you could end up breaking off the clips on the ear pad, and then your ear pad won't fasten back properly. So when you pry the first side open, go from the middle point, and when you get the first side popped open, you can use your hand to gently peel the rest of the ear pad off. You want to make sure that these clips right here are not broken and that they are still intact. So once the ear pad is removed, we're going to go ahead and set that aside and remove the foam. Once that is complete, we are going to go ahead and remove all these screws that are inside the speaker housing. When I remove the screws, I like to put them inside the foam to make sure that I don't lose them. You can do whatever you wish, but that's just kind of how I like to go about it, so that I'm not losing my screws and having to look around for them, because they are pretty small. So yeah, go ahead and remove the screws. Once you have removed all the top screws, you still need to remove the rest of the little screws, even the silver ones as well. So go ahead and remove all of them. If you notice, the dark screws, they're all the same color, and the silver ones are longer, and I'll go ahead and explain that when we start assembling the headphones. You want to make sure that you put them in the proper spot when you're assembling these. So once all the screws are removed, we're gonna go ahead and pry the speaker housing away from the actual housing itself. And unfortunately, guys, I did lie. We are going to need the tweezers for this. So we're gonna go ahead and grab the tweezers. If you buy this toolkit, you're gonna have the tweezers. We're gonna go ahead and grab this wire, pop it off from its holding points, set that aside, and we're gonna go ahead and grab this pry tool. And you don't want to go over the charger port. You want to go a little off to the side. Go ahead and just kind of fit it a little underneath there, and don't worry, you're not going to break anything. You don't have to be too gentle. You can hook and just pry up. Make sure that you remove all the screws for the speaker. Once we got it pried up like so, we're gonna go ahead and just kind of work it out of place. Move it off to the side. Be careful because there is a speaker wire in there and also the mic wire. You don't want to rip that. So we're gonna go ahead and move that aside like so, and there is the charger port. So next step for the charger port is we're gonna go ahead and grab our handy dandy tweezers, and we're gonna remove this little plastic light piece. Gonna go ahead and grab that, move it out of the way. And for this one, there is one screw that is holding the charger port. We're gonna go ahead and unscrew it. Like so. Put it off to the side. And then we can go ahead and remove the charger port piece. Like so. So for this repair, the charger port is held by a ribbon. Let's say this piece is corroded and you need to replace it. It's pretty simple. You can just go ahead and unplug it from the ribbon like so. This new charger port that we have, it's got a ribbon plugged in, but we're gonna go ahead, remove that. Once that is complete, go ahead and plug the ribbon back into the new charger port. All the ribbons have a line. You want to make sure that is facing you. And that's the correct way to plug it into the charger port. You know you have fully plugged it in when you no longer see the line. Once that is done, you can go ahead and place the charger port back in. It's a lot easier if you take the actual port and you fit it in there. Like so. Once it's installed, go ahead and screw it back in. Once you have plugged in the charger port and you put the screw back in, the last step for the charger port is we're gonna wanna install this little plastic light piece back in. This is responsible for delivering the light for when you put the headphones on charge or when you're trying to turn them on. So you're gonna go ahead and grab it and just feed it like so. Just place it, it should sit perfectly down. And then once that is complete, we are ready to put the speaker back on. So for the speaker, go ahead and just line it up with all the holes. Push it back into place, and you can always take this wire and set it back into the little grooves. that hold it, like so. There. So for this next step, we're gonna go ahead and put the screws back into the speaker. As you notice, the darker screws, they're the shorter ones, and then the silver ones are the longer screws. You're gonna wanna make sure for the XM4s, there are little arrows on the speakers that indicate where the silver ones go. You wanna make sure that you put these in the proper spot because they are the screws that hold the track pad, the touch pad that's on this side of the headphones. And it is really important that the long screws go in where the arrows are. So what I'm gonna do is, for this process, the assemble process, I'm gonna go ahead and place these screws in first. Once all the silver screws are in to its marked and designated area, we're gonna go ahead and finish off this process by putting in all the darker screws, which all the darker screws are the same color. You can do top to bottom or bottom to top, it doesn't matter. I just kind of like working my way from bottom to the top to ensure that I don't miss any screws. Once the speaker is all screwed in, the next step you're going to do is you're going to take this foam piece and place it back into place. As you can see, one side is more rounded and the other side is flat. On the speaker, you got it more rounded up here and it's a little flat there, so you want to go ahead and match that up like so. Just place it right there. And next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put the speaker, the ear pad back onto the speaker housing. And same goes, you want to make sure that you line up these pins with the 3 little divots, the holes that are in the speaker. So we're going to go ahead and line them up like so. And then once you get this far, you just go ahead and press on the outsides to clip the ear pad back in. You should hear it clip as you push on the outsides. Once that is complete, go ahead and tug on the ear pad lightly to make sure that it is fastened and it's not coming up. That means we have properly completed this process. So once all that is done, the charger port is replaced. You could go ahead, plug it, make sure it charges, and that is how you replace the charger port on your Sony's WH-1000XM4 headphones.